is good, y'all, man? Today we have a W video. Today, man, we're going to be going over the ballot or the bullet. Now, if you don't know what the ballot or the bullet is, I'll read you a quick description from Wikipedia. It says the ballot or the bullet is the title of a public speech by human rights activist Malcolm X. The speech was delivered on two occasions, the first being April 3rd, the second being April 12th. He did the first one in Cleveland, the second one was in Detroit. In the speech, Malcolm advised African Americans to judiciously exercise their right to vote, but he cautioned that if the government continues to prevent African Americans from attaining full equality, it might be necessary for. My bad, chat. We do a lot. Um, but he cautioned that if the government continues to prevent African Americans from attaining full equality, it might be necessary for them to take up arms. It was ranked number 7 in the top 100 American speeches in the 20th century. Now, chat, this speech, if you haven't heard this speech, I advise going to listen to it. Matter of fact, I'm going to link it in the description so that y'all can hear the full speech. Because today I'm just going to be breaking it down and basically because he did the speech in 1964. So I'm going to be breaking the speech down for 2028 times, right? Um, and trying to make it make sense. And the reason why I say 2028 is because the election year is 2028. So my goal is from 20, obviously this is going to be pretty tough to happen, but um, pretty much I want from 2026 to 2028, in between that time, from right now to 2028 election, I want there to be some type. I want Black Americans to have some type of voting bloc that's very effective in each majority Black city or any city that's like a lot of Black people there. I want to create a voting bloc, but we'll get to that later. I'll cover that. So number one is that religion must be separate from political unity. What Malcolm meant by this is that religion is personal, politics is collective. Religion definitely is a personal relationship with God. I also do believe in spreading your religion, giving what Muslims call dawah, basically calling people to Islam. But politics is collective. It affects everyone in your community. And unity comes from shared struggle, not shared beliefs. Now, unity can come from shared beliefs, but struggle is what makes it firm in a sense. Religion divides people. And with the Black community, we can't sit here and be like, he's a Muslim, so I don't want to work with him. She's a Christian, so I don't want to work with her. She's too we have to stop. We have to put religion aside and notice and realize that we have a common struggle, and the struggle is the destruction of our community. Our community is in shambles. Like we can all agree on that, and that's why when Black people get a little bit of money, they move to the suburbs. They don't move back to the Black neighborhood that they grew up in because the Black neighborhood that they grew up in is in shambles. So we have to put our differences aside, realize the state of Black people so that we can unify, if that makes sense. And by us bringing up religion, by us only working with, we're already a minority. So us trying to work with another minority only within a minority is only going to do us harm. We have to somehow find a way to put those differences aside. Not just religion, like anything else that's like I don't want to say petty because religion is very serious, but anything else that can be put aside. Like we have to come up with, 10 or 5 to 10 things that are non-negotiables. And if you agree with it, you're cool. If not, I don't care if you're the darkest shade of Black. You're not aligned with us. You cannot be in the movement. Black America first. That's what I call the movement. Black America first. The full name for it is Black America First with Strategic Coalitions. Now, number two, is black nationalism. None of this happens without black nationalism. We have to control our own community politically, economically, and socially. That's the only way a solid voting bloc is going to happen in 2028. And maybe I'm a bit ahead of myself. Maybe voting is just out of the window. Like maybe we shouldn't even think about voting. But at the end of the day, if we were organized, if we had some type of economic power, political power, social power, then they would be forced to recognize us in a sense. Like there would be no way that they would be able to like get over on us as easy as they have been if we had those three powers, right? So we have to control. So when Malcolm says stop letting outsiders control our neighborhoods, there's no reason why the Arabs, the Koreans, the Hispanics, the Africans, there's no reason why these people are controlling like our stores, controlling major markets in our neighborhoods, like corner stores that we go to every single day. There's no reason why they're controlling it. I think I seen something where it said like the black dollar only stays in the community like 4 hours versus the Jewish community, the money stays in the I think the money stays in the community like 20, 30 days or something. That is insane. So we have to prioritize black nationalism. And I'll break down what that means in like another future lecture. I'm gonna name it Black America First. Um, but we have to prioritize black nationalism. That's the only way any of this is gonna happen. Now, political education is necessary. The reason why political education is necessary is because black people are cooked. Like when it comes to political literacy, um, black people, a lot of black people just, you know, Democrat, 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 Democrat. They don't even consider anybody else if they're not Democrat. We have to get rid of these titles, and we have to first we have to start putting our own people in there. We have to start putting people who align with Black America first, and then have them run as independents. Or we can vote Democrat, but we have to if we were on the same page economically, then we would elect Democrats, sponsor them, just like how the Jews do, sponsor them, and then have them working according to our agenda. Like we need political maturity and awareness. So no one should be voting until we understand like we need to have some type of like political course. No one should be voting, participating in politics until we all understand how it actually works. Then we have economic self-sufficiency is critical. I already kind of went over this, but money leaving the community equals to community becomes poorer. Now, like I said earlier, if the black dollar is leaving the community within 4 hours, that's why the community is in the state that it's in. It's literally because of that. And people can sit here and say, oh, support, there's a lot of more black entrepreneurs. Bro, listen, it's a lot of more black entrepreneurs, but they're all having the same business. It's all copy and paste. It's a hair business, lashes, clothes, barber, um, food. There's no libraries. There's no hospitals. There's no like police stations. There's no what else? There's no like basically things that are like necessary to have a uh uh what's the word? Basically things that have like a thriving community in a sense. Like those businesses are cool. Like we definitely need those, right? But we need businesses that can fuel the community. Like, if we got rid of all the white people, all the Jews, all the immigrants right now, what businesses would Black Americans have? That's how we need to be thinking. Now, the next point: stop depending on your oppressor. First, we have to identify who our oppressor is, and you know, I don't want to say I'm going to say the power, the power system, the system, whatever it's called. You're relying on the government for jobs, for houses, for resources. You're weak. We are this whole community is weak because we don't have two lands to stand on. We have to start building our own systems so that we can have our own power. And like Malcolm said, he said, anytime you rely on your enemy for a job, you're in bad shape. And that's facts. That is facts, bro. So we have to stop relying on other people, and we must do for so. Like he said, like Malcolm said, he said we need a do-it-yourself program. He said we need a basically we need a do-it-yourself program. We need a we need a self-reliance like program, bro. Like, we can't keep relying on every other group except ourselves. The next point: the government has failed Black Americans. Like, we all know this, right? Promises have been broken. We elect these people, they never follow through, right? So how many times does it have to happen before we realize, like, okay, like, maybe we should just do something ourselves? How many times does it have to, like, this point number 6, this point isn't even the fact of, like, the government has failed Black Americans, let's be mad at the government. Like, let's be mad at ourselves. Let's be mad at ourselves. It comes a time where it's like, how many times does someone have to trick you before you're just like a dummy? How many times? We have to point the fingers at ourselves sometime. And we have to be like, okay, all right, it's time to lock in. Like, obviously the government has been terrible. Like, we all know this. We can all agree on this. But how many, like, it's time to lock in though. It is time to lock in. Like, we've been saying the same thing for years and nothing has changed. Like, it's time to switch it up. It's time. Like, it's over with. That's what I'm saying. It's done. The government, okay, cool. They're evil. Cool. What are we gonna do about it? Like, stop all the yapping. Like, what are we gonna do? Now, number 7 is both political parties are the same. We all know Malcolm said the Democrats equal the fox, the Republicans equal the wolf. Both still exploit Black voters in a way, right? So don't trust either party blindly. I already recommended what we should do. We should come up with a list of Black America First points or agendas or our agenda. And if the Democratic um candidate hits all of these points, hits all of these points, and we sponsor them, we put some money behind it, then we vote for them. Now, also, y'all, I hate to say it, but if there's a Republican who's willing to do all of the same things, who's willing to which that's very unlikely a Republican do that. That goes against their whole thing. But if there's a Republican who's willing to hit all of the Black America First points and follow our agenda in a sense, um, and we sponsor them, vote for them. Now, the problem comes when they actually get in office because we know that we've been tricked in the past. Like, they've promised stuff, boom, they get in office, they never do it. We need to come up with a system to make sure that these people are actually following through with what they said. And if they don't follow through with what they said, it's going to be a serious issue. There needs to be like repercussions for people. Like, you can't just sit here, take our money, you know, give us fake promises, and then there's nothing gonna happen. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. Um, but that's why I say just that's why I recommend just us putting our own candidates up there. Someone, people to run for independence. Um, Black American First candidates to run as independents. And I really do think that creating a voting bloc to sponsor certain Democrats, certain sponsor certain Republicans could be effective, but it's only effective if we have the repercussions behind if they do not follow through. So yeah. Number 8, the black vote is powerful if used correctly. Black voters can decide elections, but they give votes away without demands. You're the one who have the power. That's basically what I just went through. So I'm not gonna yap too much about that. And then Malcolm also talked about civil rights are controlled by the U.S. government. Human rights can be taken to the global stage, the United Nations, internalize the struggle. Now, what I now how I mentioned Black America First in the beginning, um, I also recognize with strategic coalitions. So I feel like that's where human rights come in. All right, if there's certain groups who their struggle aligns with ours in a sense in this country, like boom, like Palestinians or Venezuela, like I don't know whoever, right? There can be a powerful there's a powerful opportunity for strategic coalitions on the basis of human rights. And I don't think that black Americans should necessarily count that out yet. Obviously, we're not working with anyone who doesn't align with us. The moment we realize that you do not align with us, there will be no coalition. But for the struggle groups that do align with us, I think that there's opportunity to make real change with that. Now, last but not least, but the ballot or the bullet. America has a choice. Dear America, you have a choice, buddy. You give justice. You play fair. You play fair. And playing fair, obviously, you don't have a really good history of playing fair. So I'm kind of wasting my breath. But you have a choice. You play fair. You know, black Americans, we're gonna do our part. We're gonna get organized. We're gonna prioritize Black America first with strategic coalitions. We're gonna get our community right. But you're gonna play fair, as in when our community is good, you're not gonna bomb it or burn it down like how you did, you know, in the past. When we have someone powerful, you're not gonna assassinate them. You're not gonna keep assassinating them because they don't align with what you stand for. You're not gonna keep assassinating our people. You're not gonna keep burning down our towns. You're not gonna keep doing all of these things. You see what I'm saying? So you can play fair, or you can face the consequences. And this is worded kind of crazy because I obviously know that this is kind of explosive, and I want to make it clear that I'm not advocating violence. I'm advocating justice in a sense. Like, there's no more, like, I don't know if y'all realize, but this whole power structure is going downhill. There's no more time for, like, oh, they killed another one of us. They killed another one and another one. And not even them. Like, forget the government. Black people. Oh, we're still smoking and drinking every day. We still don't have any money. We still this, we still that, we still no. These people that refuse to change also within the black community, they're done. They're done. You're not going to be involved in this movement if you cannot stop smoking, stop drinking, stop, doing everything that's been holding us back for the last how many ever, who knows how many years. There's no more time for compromising within and without. There's no more time for that. So that's the ballot or the bullet 28. If y'all want a part two of this, I feel like I could have went in a little bit more detail. If y'all want a part two of this, just let me know. Um, I would definitely be releasing another lecture in the very near future, probably next week. But let me know if y'all like this. Let me know any intake that y'all have on it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Until next time, peace.